Andy, it ends a goal apiece and a point apiece here tonight. What was your take on the game?
Started really well, didn't we? I mean, started really well. Scored a good goal, looked lively, and then we kind of we took our foot off the gas a little bit, or just got a little bit lax with one or two bits, and then you can't do that. You've got to keep your tempo at your tempo. Credit to them, they come and they've had a good result at Barnet in the week, and today, it's a good result for them. But we've got to be better at what we do, and we wasn't at our best tonight. In many areas, putting the ball in the right areas. We dropped a little bit deep at times. The distance between the back line and the midfield was too big at times, so we caused our own problems a little bit.
And it's a strange one because you alluded to that first 5 minutes where we could have been 2-0 up and we're playing some great football, so it begs the question, what happened after that?
Yeah, I don't have the answer to that, but I have been involved in these games where your mindset is like, you get a goal early doors and you think it's going to be one of those nights, and ultimately you sort of drop off the pace a little bit, and then you can't pick it up and the other team get a lift. And they did that. I can't put my finger on it, but I've been involved in games like that. So that's frustrating. It's not that lads are not giving everything. It's just a lack of quality tonight, a lack of decision making, and putting the ball in the right areas was a real problem tonight, our quality.
As always, pushed to the end, and there were a couple of chances near the end, but not quite enough tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, we wasn't at our best, but the keeper's made a couple of really good saves. So another day we might get, 2 or 3 there, so you have to give credit to them. The keeper's made some good saves. We've created chances and they haven't gone in tonight, and that's disappointing. But overall, I don't think we was quite there tonight. We was just weren't quite ourselves, was we?
Looking at the positives, you spoke about Mitch Pinnock and his impact earlier in the week, but also that you wanted goals from him, and he's delivered one of those tonight.
Yeah, great goal by Mitch. Obviously, we need to get more, but it was a great goal. I'm delighted for Mitch, and we need, like everyone else, to keep chipping in. So that was good. That was a positive. It's just a frustrating night.
Another bit of good news, Omar Shomi returning to the bench tonight, and you brought him on and he almost scored with one of his first touches.
Yeah, Omar gives us that little bit of power, doesn't he? That little bit of threat in the box, and he's not 100% there, but we brought him on and just tried to roll the dice and put some bodies in the box and try a little bit of create a little bit of havoc. Really, at the end, it was really that was where we was at the last bit of the game, but it wasn't to be, and again, we haven't been beat. We'll look at it as 2 points dropped. I'm sure we all will. But we've still got that gap, and we still, got to keep plugging away. And everyone's going to be taking points of everyone at this stage. I mean, look at the other results tonight in the league. There's some other results that you'd have thought would have been a shoo-in, and they haven't gone their way. So it's all getting a bit tight and a little bit tense.
Corey Whiteley missing from the squad tonight. He came off on Saturday. How's he at the moment?
Yeah, he's okay. We just sort of know the history of Corey, so we just sort of made sure that we've done the right thing with Corey. He'll tell you he's fit every game, but we know the history of how Corey is when his calves go like that, so we made sure we looked after him.
Head to Harrogate on Saturday, an impressive result for them tonight, a 1-0 win at Barrow.
Yeah, look, like I say, Matt, none of these teams, from bottom to top, the margins are the margins. So going to Harrogate, they've been on the back of a couple of good results, so that's not going to be easy. And like I say, none of the games will be easy, but it's going to be the same for all the teams. We just got to make sure that we just, keep our confidence, don't lose sight of what we are, and just keep doing what we are. And we're going to have good days and bad days. We just got to make sure we all stick together, and we're still well on course.
Well, Andy, we'll catch you later in the week. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.